Welcome everyone to our sixth or seventh week in YouTube, and I forget the week in our social medias. If you don't follow Pete Klangen in all the socials, please go and follow him. We're posting every day different kind of tips, videos, and different stuff about SEO or how to help to grow your small business. So just go to all the socials and give a look, and I can assure you that you will find something interesting. He is Pete Klangen, SEO in Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and now in YouTube too. So how are you, Pete?
I'm very good. How are you?
Good. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, today I want that we talk a little bit more technical about Squarespace. For all the people that is watching us today, we have two videos before this one that it's about Squarespace. So in the very first one, we talk a little bit of Squarespace, Wix, why those platforms are so important to grow your small business. And we also talk about true or false questions about a Squarespace. So in this one, we will go a little bit deep in Squarespace to improve our knowledge of this platform and, of course, to help all the small business owners. So, as always, we prepare some questions to you about Squarespace, but you want to say something first about Squarespace, or you want to start with the topic with?
Nothing specific other than Squarespace, kind of gets a bad rep with a lot of SEO professionals and then the SEO community. And we love working on Squarespace sites because they're easy to use. They're low maintenance. You don't have to worry about servers and hosting and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they perform. So what's not to like?
Awesome. Well, in the past, we also talk about Google Analytics and different plugins that you can add in your platforms, or yeah, those websites that you use to build your website. So I think that a good question that probably all the small business owners have right now is how they know how many people is visiting their Squarespace website.
Yeah, that's a great question. And it's a natural question that a lot of small business owners have. Hey, I have
Mhm.
this new website.
Mhm.
How do I know if anybody is seeing it? And so, one of the great things about Squarespace, like we just mentioned, is they have a lot of user friendly tools in the box when you sign up for Squarespace. And so, they have some basic analytics inside of Squarespace. So, you can
Mhm.
tell how many visitors am I getting? Where are they coming from? Kind of at a surface level. What we
Mhm.
love to do is set up Google Analytics in conjunction with Squarespace, and then you get a more complete picture of
Mhm.
what's happening on the website. You can set up some key events in Google Analytics to understand, are people doing what I want them to do when they come to my Squarespace website. And then one step further would be Google Search Console, which is another free tool. You just set it up and then you get some information about how your Squarespace site is performing on search. And so those are some of the things we like to do.
And do you know if a Squarespace offer any kind of SEO tool?
They do. And just like they have some analytics functionality built in, they have probably the most important SEO components built into the Squarespace platform. You
Mhm.
still have to go in and change those things and do them yourself. But the biggest things that will have the most impact with Google and AI, things like title tags, heading tags, those types of things. You can create new pages, you can optimize images in Squarespace. The
Mhm.
tools are all right there. You just have to know how to use them. When it
Mhm.
gets into more advanced things, you might be missing some of those tools. However, most of the time, you don't need those advanced tools to get better visibility and better performance on search and AI.
This is well really interesting because I think that the traffic of the website it's one of the most important parts to all the small business.
Mhm.
So I think that this is kind of attached to the other question that I have for you, and is a Squarespace scalable?
Yes. So that's one of the great things about Squarespace. And there's limits, as far as how much data or information you can put on the Squarespace platform.
Mm-hmm.
Most small businesses are never going to even come close to those thresholds.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, what that means is as a small business grows or as they offer more services, a Squarespace website can grow with them. They can add those pages to their website, they can add new locations to their website, all of that stuff that you would expect to do. Squarespace is very scalable in that regard for small business.
And in the case that the small business grows, it will still working a Squarespace for them.
Absolutely, and especially for small businesses that are service based. If they add a new location, you add a new location page. If
Mhm.
you add a new staff member, you add a new staff member page. If you add new services, you add those new services pages.
Mhm.
For larger companies, enterprise type companies, a more customizable platform makes sense because they don't know what type of integrations they're going to have to do in the future, what kind of functionality their website is going to need. But for a service-based business, it's really straightforward. Put the information out there,
Mhm.
get visibility on Google, attract new customers. It's that easy.
I like that you finished like that sentence with attract more customers, because this is like my other question to you about, the most important part probably for all the small business owners, and it's generate leads. So how does a Squarespace website generate leads for small business owners?
Yeah, well, like I just said, with your Squarespace website, you have an opportunity to publish information on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Once that information is published, it's open to platforms like Google and ChatGPT. They're going to come take a look at your information. If
Mm-hmm.
it's packaged in a way that they understand, they're going to start matching you on searches that people are doing on their platforms. Now, with Squarespace, that's definitely possible. You can add the pages, you can optimize the pages, you can speak to Google and ChatGPT in the language that they understand. And so once you get that visibility for your Squarespace site on search, users start to come to your website. They see the services that you offer, they see your reviews, that type of stuff, and then they reach out to you and become a new customer. And so when you have a Squarespace website and when it's optimized properly, leads will start to flow through to your business from that.
Awesome. Thank you, Pete, to share all of this knowledge with us. I think that it's really valuable for all the small business owners outside that have a Squarespace website. Um, yeah, thank you. Do you want to add something?
We like to do real SEO.
And real results. Thank you.